Magdalena Suppel is a Polish, London-based recording and performing artist. Her music ministry evolves around jazz and gospel. She performed alongside with London Community Gospel Choir, Soul Sanctuary Gospel Choir, Peter Francis to name a few, and has concerts in famous London venues such as Jazz Cafe and 606 Jazz Club. She's a worship leader in One London. She joins me on the Just Steve Show to talk about her life. Hello and welcome to the Just Steve Show. It's that time for you to grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, grab some biscuits, and sit in front of your telly as we talk to our guests for the next 30 minutes. Our guest today on the show is someone I met a couple of months back, and I heard her voice. I'm not going to tell you if it is a singing voice or just a spoken voice, but it was lovely, and I fell in love with her since then. We're talking about Magdalena Suppel. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. You know what? I'm beginning to sound like a cracked record, but I have to say this. We have a ritual on this show when we always like to go back to the very beginning with our guests, you know. So if you'd like to tell us what your growing up years were like.
Oh, it depends on what you're asking about.
Yeah, how was your growing up? Where were you born?
Okay.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Of course. So I was born in Poland, in Warsaw. So Warsaw is the capital city of Poland. I was born in a loving family that shown an interest in everything that I did, and they were supporting me. They loved me from the very, very young age. So that gave me an opportunity to first time stand on stage when I was 3 years old already.
So you went on stage at 3?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the first time. And they shown interest in everything that I was shown interest in. So I felt supported. I felt loved. I felt like I can spread my wings and do whatever I want to do. Well, I don't know what else can I say in regards of my growing years.
How is it like with you and your siblings?
Well, I don't have siblings.
Oh, you're an only child. Oh,
yes,
bless.
I'm an only child.
Okay, so I hope not a spoilt one.
Well, you know, they always say that the only child the only children they are spoiled. But from the point of view of a child who was the only one, I could say that it's the other way around. It's always they expect more
from you.
Oh. Yes, they expect more of you. Of course, they will brag about you to people all around, but at the same time, they do expect more of you. That's why I think it's good. Well, I think I had a very, very nice upbringing. My family was always interested in arts, in history, in politics. I remember with my late grandfather, we were watching the news. Of course, my grandma and my mom, they were always somewhere nearby. So when any kind of drastic scene was about to be shown on the television, they were, Magdusia. Magdusia is the abbreviation of my name.
Oh, okay.
So Magdusia, don't look now because you know there will be something that you shouldn't see. Yes. But at the any other times, I was just talking about politics even with my grandfather, which was very, very nice. But music, obviously.
What was it for you?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Now, you said you had your first stage performance at 3. Okay, I know that's pretty little, but when exactly did you know and feel that you could sing?
Oh, well, I think it was always in me because, you know, it wasn't... That's an interesting question because I never thought about that as something that I've developed. I've always thought that this is something that is part of me. So I've never divided it from my own being and from this point I've realized that I can sing. No.
Okay, your parents, did they, notice it? Okay, were you one of those children that would hold a brush in front of the mirror and sing to yourself.
Not a brush, but something else. Something else.
What's something else?
That's a funny story actually, because we used to have in Poland in early 80s when I was born. There used to be a custom to have a bowl or a basket of plastic fruits as a matter of decoration.
Yeah.
I don't like that style, but anyway, we used to have something like this. And we used to have this plastic banana.
Oh, no wonder she said something else.
Plastic banana was the thing, but I wasn't always singing. Sometimes I have used this plastic banana as totally another item, because I've always wanted to be a choir director as well. There was a choir very popular in that times in Europe, in continental Europe at least. It was Italian choir. It was called Piccolo Coro dell'Antoniano. And that was a choir of children. And they were singing absolutely brilliantly. And they sang there was someone at the helm, and I was always thinking, I would love to conduct them. So I used this very, very same banana sometimes as a conducting stick. And I was doing that, or I was singing. It was always either this or that. So.
Okay, let's see if you can remember your experience, when you were 3, when you were on stage. How did you feel when you were singing?
Oh, it was very, very nice. It was a familiar place because it was kind of an open mic. It was kind of an open mic that was hosted by a friend of the family.
Okay.
That was a gentleman who remembered all that style of the pre-war Warsaw. He was very old age at that time. And because he was a friend of the family, he has asked me to go and sing on a stage with him. And since that, I've started to sing with him on a weekly basis, I would say. But this first time, it was an old Polish traditional song, which is called Czerwone Jabłuszko, which means red apple.
Red apple.
Yeah, that was kind of children's traditional song that I've sung, and that was my first ever performance.
Okay. So now that you're an adult, do you sing professionally?
Yes, I do. I do sing. I do teach. I do conduct choir. I do arrange as well. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do
Now you've mentioned something that I was going to ask, but since you've mentioned it now, that you arrange.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Because that's something that has fascinated me. How does someone sit down and arrange music?
Okay. Well, it's a very creative process, actually. It depends on what do you need to arrange. Sometimes if someone asks you to do a vocal arrangement for some vocal group, let's say, that is about to be recorded, then you just need to sit in front of the piano or in front of anything else. I don't use, I'm very old-fashioned in that way, so I use just a regular piece of paper and I write, or sometimes I just listen to it and I just try to connect. It's like cooking, or it's like applying your makeup, or decision process, what are you going to wear. It's very, very creative. Of course, you have some rules, but as long as you know the rules, you become very, very tired of them, and then you want to break them. Then when the fun starts, and then you just try to do anything that you like in regards of, because I don't know if you are familiar with the term which is called block harmony. Block harmony is like you have 3 voices and choirs are singing in the block harmony. They're doing the same, actually the same melody line, but in intervals.
I look completely.
Okay, so anyway, let me say what I want to say. Is block harmony is the early days of arrangements. I would say, like putting it in a nutshell. So I try to go out of the box of block harmony, and I try to create every time something that is totally different, something that will put a mark on it. Okay, this is what she did. I hope it works.
Okay. Do you have to have the lyrics first before you create the harmony, or it can work either way?
Yes, it can work either way, actually. Oh my goodness, are you going to ask me to arrange something today? Oh gosh! that would be a nice assignment, actually.
That's interesting, really. Yeah. That's some education that I've got there, and I'm sure viewers have got too. Okay, now, when did you come to the UK?
It was last year, in February.
Oh, okay.
So I'm here since 17 months and such.
And why did you want to come here?
Why did I come? First primary reason was the fact that I got into London Community Gospel Choir.
Okay.
It's a choir that
that's
somewhere,
a really
yes,
good choir.
and they wanted me to be a part of them. But before I came and involved myself in a London Community Gospel Choir and the gospel scene in here, I was very much involved in the gospel scene back in Poland as well. So I had this beautiful opportunity a year before to come and pay a visit in a London Community Gospel Choir's headquarters. I was in some other cities as well to just pay a visit and talk to people, get to know them, just chat a little bit, because after all we are doing the same thing, so it's always nice to
So
know
how do
new
you find
people.
it being, from Poland and here? What's, working in the music industry? How do you find it? Is there any difference?
There are differences. There are differences, because I must say that in Poland, as long as you are known, I had this amazing privilege and this amazing blessing of being known among some people. So they knew if they need a session singer, or if they know anybody else, if they need a session singer, if they need a vocalist to record, if they need a vocalist to do something else, or a choir director, they were just calling me. So I was in so-called an in crowd. But if you are not in an in crowd, then it's very hard, not very easy to get into, even though you are good. Because it's a well-known truth, I guess, that if you know somebody and you know how to work with that person, and you have a very little amount of time, let's say, you will not try out somebody else, even though that person might be very, very, very talented. You just don't want to waste your time.
And
it's a hard business, isn't it?
It is.
So after I came here, of course, it was directed by Faith, but I felt like, okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak about God in this show, but anyway, I will.
Of course.
Later on, you can even
No.
cut it out.
Of course you can. You're free to.
Let me tell you. When I was going, I felt I was praying. Okay, God, one of your name is I will provide. So whatever will come, because I was expecting, and answering your question, I was expecting that it's going to be the same. It's going to be an in crowd, not easy to get into. But I said, okay, God, you are the one who provides. It's going to be okay. Whatever will come, it's going to be okay. So I came here, and guess what? To my surprise, I got, after LCGC, well, I'm still with them.
Yeah.
Last time we had one concert last week, actually. So after I got to Great Britain, I got an opportunity to work with several choirs. There was a time last year when I was either conducting or singing in 4 choirs at the same time.
Wow.
I was doing some session recordings already. I was doing some teachings as well.
Is it the young ones you teach?
Not only.
Oh, okay.
Everybody. Of course, yeah, young ones are the nicest ones.
Yeah.
God.
Well, those are the passionate ones.
Yes, but it depends. Yeah. So answering your question, I was absolutely scared that it's going to be easy to get into that. And suddenly I have realized that there's no in crowd. As long as you are willing to work, as long as you know your worth and you can sell it in a good way.
Yeah.
As long as you can sell yourself as a performer, as someone who knows their own trade, every door will be open. And yeah.
Okay, we'll take a break now, but let me quickly ask you this question. Do you have any album out, or you're working on anything?
I used to do session recordings. I used to do EP back in Poland. Well, I don't have it with me in here. Well, but I'm still working on some music.
But you're going to do it here, you won't go back to Poland.
So. Yes.
All right. Well, we are going to sing for us when we come back from the break.
Okay.
But later on, you will have a challenge that you're going to carry out. I'm sure you'll be up to it. All right. This is still the Just Tip Show. We'll take a quick break now, and we'll be back after the break.
So baby, now ain't no mountain high enough, ain't nobody low enough.
You're welcome back. This is the Just Eve Show. If you're just joining us, we have with us today on the show Magdalena Supel. Mag, I'd rather call you Mag. Mag,
yeah.
Long distance. Okay, is there any particular reason why you've chosen gospel?
Well, there's many reasons.
Okay.
Many reasons. Of course, you can sing any kind of music, but gospel music has no genre, I would say. There is jazz gospel music, because gospel is the word of God, isn't it? So the message is that matters. So it can be jazz gospel music, it can be rock gospel music, it can be, I don't know, Eastern European, African, American, Chinese, whatever, gospel music. So the reason that I chose this one is variety of music styles that you can use, and obviously the message that resonates.
And you
with me.
never ever sang secular?
Of course I did. And
Okay,
I still
because
do.
I was going to take you back to Motown,
Oh,
where
I love Motown.
most of the artists, they started from the church and then came out.
Yes,
and
absolutely. Oh, that's you just hit a sweet spot. Soft spot in here.
Okay, now that I've got that soft spot, give us a song, a Motown song.
Oh my God, a Motown song. Really?
Yeah, but so that's your soft spot.
Well, yes, it is. Oh my God. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby, just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. So, baby, now ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
I have goosebumps.
I love. There's a guy from Motown which I love, even though he was very, very, very bad guy. He was called Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye,
Oh my God, he was a bad guy. You know that? I'm sure you know that.
I don't know that.
He got shot by his own father.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he was a bad guy.
yeah. Okay, so are you married? Let's get a little bit personal now.
Do you see any ring here?
Well, are you searching?
Well, I'm not searching. I'm not searching because I'm a firm believer of,
He should look for
you
you.
know what?
He should search.
No, it's not even that. The more you look for, the less you will find it.
The more you look, the less you see.
Because you know what? The more desperate you will be in searching for a spouse, or searching for a friend, or searching for a job, or searching for anything, the less you will find it. Because you will be so obsessively, compulsively, desperately into that that you might miss it, actually.
That's right. I agree with you there, 100%. Now, when you do start a family with the kids and everything, I know. Well, we're preempting right now, but would you want any of them to go into music if they show signs of it, with all the challenges that you've had to face?
You know what? Let me tell you, I've always had a list, obviously, like every girl has, probably, what she would like to have in her spouse, what she would like to have in her children. But I guess the wisest way of raising children will be to just observe what they are into. Because, they might be into, I don't know, engineering. They might be into gardening, they might be into politics, they might be into music, they might be into history, they might be into, I don't know, swiping streets, whatever they want to do, let them do it. I will support them 100%.
That's fantastic. You did talk about having chats on politics with your father and your grandfather.
Yes.
Do you have any plans of probably delving into politics?
No, but let me tell you that my interest in politics and my interest in history has shown up on a very early age, and later on it flourished as in my career in journalism as well, because I'm a journalist as well.
Okay.
I was doing that for over 11 years back in Poland, mostly in News area. It was broadcasting.
Oh, broadcast.
It was mostly radio.
Oh, okay.
It was mostly radio.
Radio, you can do anything. Really.
Yes, absolutely. So well, but no politics, no. This beautiful building in Big Ben. No, that's not, no. I like to admire it from afar.
But you don't want to go in there and make policies that will change people around you.
You know what? I do believe that change starts in your mind, and that change, you can influence people through music, through lyrics, through what you want to say, through your behavior. You don't necessarily need to be a politician to influence people, I guess. So I will leave that to people who really love that, and I will stick to
You stick
what I
to the
like.
music. Okay, now, we try to give most of our guests a challenge, right? Oh, did you hear this? Oh, God. But yours is not going to be very difficult.
Okay.
I know that you have a lot of African friends. Yes, you do. Good. So I'm going to call a friend of mine who is going to give you a song in her local dialect, and you're going to sing it.
All right.
Can we do
Lovely.
that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, then we'll have to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be giving Mag her challenge. Hi, Vicky.
Hello.
This is the Justive Show. You're on the Justive Show.
Wow.
Now we have a guest in the studio today. Her name is Magdalena Supel. She's a singer. She just did a rendition of what's that song? Ain't no mountain high enough. And I've told her that she has a challenge to sing in your language. You are from the eastern part of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay, so sing a song. We wanted to sing a song in Igbo, and she's going to try and sing it.
Okay. Christian song or
Any song at all, any song that you think you can will be hard for her.
will be hard.
I love you.
I love you too, darling.
Okay. What is the Christian song? Tricky.
Okay.
Just like this.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put the phone closer to her so that she can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to take that so that you can hear?
Hello, hi.
Hello.
I know I'm trying to, shut my ear.
Okay. You know I should call one, so I'm going to give you.
Okay, give her an easy one.
Oh God. Okay. Do what you need to do.
Okay. This one is Chineke Kigwe Ibaputara Mgbe mmụọ nọ na ndụ
Yes.
agabenye gị ekpere ekele ọma ka m ga-enye gị nna
Yeah.
ụtọ ọma ka m bịa abụ gị nsọ ka m ga-abụ iji ngọzi na iri uju gbaghara mmehie Chineke
Vicky, you're wicked.
Yes.
oke n'ime gị. It's a praise song.
I can repeat the ha 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 which was at the end. Or I can give you an exchange song in Polish.
No, that's cheating. You're supposed to sing it in Igbo.
Oh my
okay,
God.
Vicky, give her the first line and let her sing it.
Chineke nkigwe
Chineke Kigwe? Nah.
ịgbapụtara
I don't know if I will say.
Okay, sing-
I'm just
sing-
afraid. I'm just afraid that I will say something which is inappropriate.
Okay,
you know,
sing the first line. Say the first line again, then you sing it.
Chineke nkigwe
Okay,
Oh my God.
go on.
Chineke Kigwe.
ịgbapụtara
Iba what? I'm sorry.
ịgbapụtara
Iba
you bring me out of about
Iba Iba Buta.
ịgbapụta like to
Ibabuta.
Iba Buta. Iba Buta. Iba Buta.
ịgbapụta yeah bring
Iba
out.
Buta.
So,
Iba Buta. Bring out.
yes
Okay.
ịgbapụtara
Iba Buta. Okay. Okay. It would be easier to just write the lyrics and look at them.
And look at it, but unfortunately we don't have. Okay, and I'm sure there's an easier one you can give her.
Which is a popular?
Yeah, a popular one that everybody sings.
That's easier. That's easier, yeah. It was moyo or poyo? Moyo.
Moyo.
Yeah?
Moyo, K-T-O. Moyo.
You have to put the phone by your mic.
KP, I think it's spelled KPO.
Okay.
Moyo mema, moyo mema, moyo mema. Oh mema, moyo mema, moyo mema. Moyo mema. Oh mema, moyo mema.
Poyo mema.
That's all.
Okay.
Oh mema.
Poyo mema. Poyo
Moyo mema, moyo mema. Oh mema.
Okay.
Moyo mema, moyo mema, moyo mema. Oh mema.
What did I just sing?
Okay, let's give her a break. She's done well. Let's.
Poyo mema. What does it mean? What does
Moyo
it?
mema, he's a miracle worker. He's a
Miracle worker. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Amen.
Obema, that's not how you could just keep singing. Moyo mema, moyo mema. Then you can add his name. Jehovah Jireh, Obema, Omega, Obema.
Lovely. Wow, that's awesome. You know what? I don't want to prolong it, but I think like I would like to have this song and to learn it because maybe I will use it on one of the gospel workshops that I do. If you don't mind, so maybe that would be amazing.
No, it will be. So everybody will be like,
Yeah, look. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Vicky, for being on the show today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
yeah.
All right then. Yeah, bye. Okay, how was that? Did I give you palpitation?
No.
Poyo mema.
Poyo mema, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got it. Thank you.
Yeah,
That was good. Okay, we'll soon round up now, but you know there's a lot going on out there with the youths, especially in present day UK.
Absolutely.
If you look into this camera, is it this one? This camera?
Yeah.
Oh, this camera.
one.
Okay, we look into this camera and say something to the youth, some kind of word of encouragement.
Let me think.
Just anything.
Sometimes you might think that even though this world gives you full of options, that you might get lost in them. You might get lost in a procrastination process on Facebook or wherever you are. You might get lost in loads of options of which path of life to choose. You might get lost in relationship problems or school problems or money problems or about to go to work problems or anything like this, but just don't be discouraged because after all there is God who orders your steps, and that's something that encourages me since I was very, very young, and it still keeps me going. Your steps are ordered by God.
Thank you so much, Meg, for coming on the program. It was an honor, pleasure, and delight having you on the show, and we will get those lyrics for you so that you can use.
Really, that would be amazing.
in your workshop.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and I hope that if we invite you on the show, you will come.
Yes, absolutely.
And we look forward to seeing your album.
Okay.
We really want to see that come out.
All right.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Well, that's our show for today. We'll do this again sometime soon. I'm sure you've had a lot of fun. If you want any more details about the show, please go on our Facebook page, The Just Eve Show, or you can follow us on Twitter at The Just Eve Show. My name remains Evelyn Obaho, and we'll do this again sometime soon. Till then, you go have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye.